What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. I am Mona. So, today I wanted to touch base on this viral clip that has been going around social media, and it involves the woman that you see here on this clip in the right. Her name is Kitty Rose. She's a really popular relationship coach, and she is on the panel for Ace Metaphor that you see here on the left in this same clip, his relationship conversation panel, and they've been going on tour. I want you to listen to one of the individuals who was attending, and she's asking for Kitty's advice or for the panel's advice on how she should go about dating as a single mother of 7 children. All right. Thank you all for tuning in, and let's get into it.
Okay.
With being a mom of 7, do you think that a woman of multiple children is still capable of finding someone?
First, let me ask you before I make the statement. Do the kids have the same father?
Yes, they do.
Okay, well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Okay, so this is a little, hold on. We're talking about 7 children, okay? This is no offense to you because it's absolutely possible for you to find a quality man. What makes it a tad bit difficult is that you have to find a man who has the financial footing to take care of you and 7 children. And then you also have to be able to find a man who is going to be willing to come in and create structure in that household. 7 children on one person is a lot to create structure in. So there's a lot that this man is going to have to come in and do. On top of that, creating a secure space for you when you have to be a mother and you have to take care of the majority of the things that happen in a house. Are you going to have the ability to be able to love this man in a way that he needs to be loved, in a way that registers as love to him when you have to love 7 other individuals? You're going to need a man who can love those children as his own.
Yep.
That is a huge responsibility to put on a person who does not have those children. Those are not his kids. Right. But if I were you, no disrespect, I'll try to work it out with the father.
No, hear me out. Hold on.
All right, you guys. So that is actually the last part where she gave her opinion and her statement about trying to reconcile with the children's father. That was actually one of the most popular comments from out of everything that she said. Now, I will say that overall, I think she, hit every point that could be hit with respect to everything that a woman with those many children who is single that you would need to consider, because you're not just trying to, you just can't think about yourself. You have to think about all the responsibility that it entails for another man who is not biologically those children's father to come in and accept responsibility for. I know we love to look at the Russell Wilsons and some other individuals who are celebrities, but I'm here to tell you, we need to stop comparing ourselves to other people. But I will also say this. We also should really stop trying to focus on the possibility, but also think about the probability. Okay? Kitty was right. There could be a man that may be willing to accept you and all 7 of your children. And I believe the children range in ages from 12 and younger. Okay. And it was a positive thing that if any man were to take her on, there would only be one man involved. But also, let's just think about 7 children, right? So, and that's not even including her, right? Have to fit in with 7 different children, their personalities, their needs, the mother and her personality, also the money aspect. That man has to have the resources to take care of 7 children. And also, if this man makes whatever amount of money that he makes, but he's willing to accept her, would this man or would this woman be willing to compromise? Because there will be a whole lot of compromise that she would have to do. That man would have to compromise with her to take her and her 7 children on. He have a lot of compromising that she will do as well. Would you be willing to change your lifestyle depending on what your income is? Are you willing and able to divvy up your time with 7 children to adequately, like she put it, to love, but I'm also going to say respect your husband. Also, when you do your research about blended families, it takes about 7 years for a child to become acclimated and to have respect for a step parent. So the younger the child is, the easier it is for that child to develop a bond with that step parent or the non-biological parent. You're talking about an individual has to come in a situation where if you are not mature enough to step to the side and allow this person to help in the raising of these children and to take on the discipline, they can't just be good enough to finance and not discipline. And we're not talking about whooping and spanking a child. We're just talking about providing order and guidance and to be the head of the entire home, because the man cannot just be the head of you and not the head of the children. You can't separate the two. And if you're not willing enough to allow that man and not interfere with that man taking that role, you definitely shouldn't. And that don't matter how many children that you have. But I would wonder what happened between this woman and her ex, whether it's her husband or whatever, to where you couldn't work it out, because you had 7 children. So at what point did you think that this relationship wasn't going to go on anywhere, or that you knew that you had problems, but you continue to get pregnant? And he continued to impregnate you because he's not absolved from his responsibility. But at what point did you realize that you did not see a future in the longevity of this marriage, to where you knew that you could just up and leave 7 children and break up and help in participating in the separation and breaking up of your home? So now you didn't want to work this out with your husband, but now you want a new man to come on board and be able to work it out and accept your family.
Help me understand.
Your pre-made, ready-made family. Again, I'm not saying that this woman cannot find anyone, but what I would argue is that she would have better of a probability of returning to her husband, or even saying, you know what, I probably don't even need to be focused on a relationship altogether until my children are at least out of the home, right? I don't know how old her youngest child is, but if your oldest is 12, don't have that much longer to go for that child. But your best bet, in my opinion, is probably either waiting it out till your children are adults, or really, like she said, and y'all was so mad tight in the comments, and I'm looking at some of the comments here, but why is it such a bad idea for her to go back to her husband and reconcile that situation with the man who you voluntarily chose, the two of you did, to come together and create this family, create this foundation? I'm sure whatever it is that they had some differences about could have been reconciled, could have been explored. They could have looked at all potential solutions and really put the time in, because I'm sure they had the solution in front of them the entire time, but they, in my opinion, didn't appear to want to put forth the time and the effort and have patience. So instead of going through that journey, going through the tough times, she would rather just up and quit and leave the relationship. And I'm assuming it was her because of her response when Kitty asked her that question. So ladies, when you have that many children, you know, you need to really think long and hard about ending your relationship. Unless it's something serious like abuse or something like that, that's different. We're not talking about that. But we know in this country, the majority of the divorces that are initiated by women are really because of irreconcilable differences. You were unhappy as the woman. It's not always infidelity or anything like that. Okay, it's I outgrew each other. Y'all doing the Tia Mowry, outgrowing your husbands. But tell me down in the comment section, what could be some potential solutions for this woman and how she can address this situation? You know what you all think down in the comment section. If you have enjoyed my commentary, please leave a like. Consider subscribing to my channel. Also, you can support me and follow me over on Rumble. Next video. Peace, y'all.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
Peace.